They're not coming after me, they're coming after you. 2 words. F you, that's what they say. Drain the swamp, root out the deep state. We will win, and we will win, and we will win. For those who have been wronged and betrayed, I am your retribution. Now we're winning, winning, winning. If you fuck around with us, if you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before.
Because, you know, his companies are all great, but if this country goes bad, I guess where he is a little selfish is this. He knows one thing and probably doesn't think. But if this country goes bad, his stuff is not going to be worth very much, I can tell you.
Like I say, if the ship of America sinks, we're all going down with it. You know, this idea that people can escape to New Zealand or some other place is false. If the central pillar of Western civilization, that is America, falls, the whole roof comes crashing down, and there is no escape.
What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. The ultimate duo, the dynamic duo, just lit an absolute fire underneath the swamp yesterday on Fox. The dynamic duo of Donald Trump and Elon Musk went on Hannity on Fox yesterday and the day before. It was a 2-part thing, and they dropped nukes. Hundreds of billions in cuts via DOGE. And the bureaucrats are running scared. They're running. This is our tax dollars, your tax dollars getting saved, and the swamp is absolutely losing their mind. In a 2-part series on Hannity on February 18th and February 19th, Donald Trump and Elon Musk hit Fox. Trump is back in charge. Musk is his efficiency bulldog, and they are swinging hard. They're swinging to the fences, my man. DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, is their chainsaw, promising hundreds of billions of dollars slashed from the Fed.
Well, the overall goal is to try to get $1 trillion out of the deficit. And if the deficit is not brought under control, America will go bankrupt. This is a very important thing for people to understand. A country is no different from an individual in that if an individual overspends, an individual can go bankrupt, and so can a country. And the massive waste, fraud, and abuse that has been going on, which is leading to a $2 trillion a year deficit. That's what the president was handed on Jan 20th, a $2 trillion deficit. It's insane.
For this fiscal year.
Yeah, we inherited.
Yeah.
And inflation is back. I'm only here for 2.5 weeks.
That was January.
Inflation
there
is
for
back.
A week.
No, think of it. Inflation's back. And they said, oh, Trump, I had nothing to do with it. These people have run the country. They spent money like nobody's ever spent.
The swamp has been bleeding us dry. $6.8 trillion a year on IRS goons, welfare handouts, and green sucker scams.
I want people at home to understand this part. Average American makes $66,000 a year.
Yeah.
Okay? We have $37 trillion in national debt.
Yes.
Now, all the money I'm about to mention and what we're going to scroll on our screen, and all of this is going to foreign countries. It is not being spent here in America for better schools, law and order.
I think the average tax-paying American should be mad as hell because their tax money is being poorly spent.
All right, let me go to the second question first. I want to know, because people like Joni Ernst and
Joni Ernst has tried for a long time, and she's actually got a lot of good data. Senator Ernst has been really helpful, actually.
Okay, but they actually hide what the real purpose of the spending is.
Sure.
In other words, this is a question. How did you decipher? It will say humanitarian blah, blah, blah in Serbia or Afghanistan. We even give money to China, for crying out loud, which I think is nuts.
We'll give money to the Taliban.
But money to the Taliban.
Like a lot.
All right, so
I'm like, for what?
But
I want to see the pictures of what they did.
But they try to obscure it.
Trump slashed $5 billion in red tape. His first go, Biden piled it back on with $1.9 trillion for the Build Back Broke program and $370 billion on climate flops.
So, folks, we're going to build the first ever national network of electric vehicle charging stations all across the country. IBW is going to put in 500,000 charging stations across the country. And guess what? That's in the Recovery Act. Excuse me, that's in the Build Back Better bill, which is not going to raise taxes 1 single cent. It's totally paid for by making taxes work for people who make over 400 grand and just do their fair share. I'm a capitalist, man. You should be able to be a millionaire or billionaire if you can, but pay your fair share. Pay something along the line. I'm going to get America off the sidelines on manufacturing. The one thing I've always believed about public service, and especially about the presidency, is the importance of asking yourself, have we left the country better shape than we found it? Today, I can say with every fiber in my being, with all my heart, the answer to that question is a resounding yes.
Your wallet shrunk 3.2% inflation last month while they partied. Now, Trump's got Elon, the guy who gutted Twitter from 7,800 employees to 1,500 employees and made that work. Trump and Musk are our tax saviors. There's no question about that. These two don't sip the swamp water Kool-Aid. They're absolutely torching it. Hundreds of billions.
Think about it. Donald Trump announces the External Revenue Service, and his goal is very simple. His goal is to abolish the Internal Revenue Service and let all the outsiders pay. I mean, this is someone who is focused on America. Let's drive down our waste, fraud, and abuse. I'll give you an example. Cruise ships. You ever see a cruise ship with an American flag on the back? They have flags of like Liberia or Panama. None of them pay taxes. None of them pay taxes. Every super tanker, none pays taxes. Alcohol, all foreign alcohol, no taxes. This is going to end under Donald Trump, and those taxes are going to be paid, and Americans' tax rates are going to come down. That's what Donald Trump wants to do. Balance our budget and cut our taxes. I mean, imagine a Democratic senator going against that. What planet are these people on?
Hundreds of billions of dollars, guys. Let's break this down. The IRS, 79,000 parasites, 13.7 billion in budget, chopped in half.
You should say tech support because I'm here to provide the president with technology support. And now that may seem like, well, is that a silly thing? But actually, it's a very important thing because the president will make these executive orders, which are very sensible and good for the country, but then they don't get implemented. If you take, for example, all the funding for the migrant hotels, the president issued an executive order where, hey, we need to stop taking taxpayer money and paying for luxury hotels for illegal immigrants, which makes no sense. Like, so obviously, people do not want their tax dollars going to fund high-end hotels for illegals. And yet they were still doing that, even as late as last week. And so, we went in there and we're like, this is in violation of the presidential executive order. It needs to stop. So what we're doing here is one of the biggest functions of the DOGE team is just making sure that the presidential executive orders are actually carried out. And this is, I just want to point out, this is a very important thing because the president is the elected representative of the people. So he's representing the will of the people. And if the bureaucracy is fighting the will of the people and preventing the president from implementing what the people want, then what we live in is a bureaucracy and not a democracy.
Welfare, 1.2 trillion yearly. Cut the freeloaders. The Green New Scam, 370 billion in Biden's eco pork, gone tomorrow with Musk's blade.
I wanted somebody really smart to work with me in terms of the country, a very important aspect. Because, I mean, he doesn't talk about it. He's actually a very good businessman. And when he talks about the executive orders, and this is probably true for all presidents, you write an executive order and you think it's done. You send it out. It doesn't get done. It doesn't get implemented. They don't implement it. Maybe they're from the last administration, and they are in some cases. You try and get them out as fast as you can. But as soon as he said that, I said, you know, that's interesting. You write a beautiful executive and you sign it and you assume it's going to be done, but it's not. What he does is he takes it, and with his 100 geniuses, he's got some very brilliant young people working for him that dress much worse than him, actually.
Yeah,
they dress in just T-shirts. You wouldn't know they have 180 IQ.
Wait a minute. So he's your tech support.
No, he is.
I actually
but he's
am
much
tech
more
support.
than that.
I actually am tech support, though. But
he gets it done. He's a leader.
Yeah.
He really is. He gets it done. You get a lot of tech people, and you have people that are good with tech, but he gets it done. You know, I said in real estate, you had guys that would draw beautiful renderings of a building, and they'd draw the rendering, it would be great, and you say, great, when are you starting? But they were never able to get it built. They couldn't get the financing. They couldn't get the approvals. It would never get done. And then you have other guys that are able to get it done. You know, they could just get it done. I was in real estate. Same thing in this. He gets it done. So when he said that, he said, you know, when you sign these executive orders, a lot of them don't get done, and maybe the most important ones. And he would take that executive order that I'd sign, and he would have those people go to whatever agency it was. When are you doing it? Get it done, get it done. And some guy that maybe didn't want to do it, all of a sudden, he's signing. He just doesn't want to be bothered.
The swamp is absolutely melting down. Pencil pushers brawling, lobbyists clenching their pearls, singing songs.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? We'll fight against DOGE. We'll fight Elon Musk.
AOC is probably screaming into her kale smoothie right now.
This dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met or seen or witnessed.
These two are shredding Biden's bloat like it's confetti.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Musk said it straight on Hannity. Reckless spending equals U.S. bankruptcy.
$1 trillion out of the deficit. And if the deficit is not brought under control, America will go bankrupt. This is a very important thing for people to understand.
IRS audits to potential blockchain. Welfare slashed to the bones. FAA grounded. DEI is torched. They're gunning for $2 trillion in total. Guys, I don't think that this is just cuts. I think this is an absolute revolution. Whatever they're doing, it's changing the dynamic of the way that we view the government. The swamp's not drained. It's absolutely exploding. This is our money. This is our country. Trump and Musk seem to be swinging for us, and I'm liking it. The swamp is crumbling. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button. Share, subscribe. And as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.